Welcome to another episode, a more traditional episode of Drink While You Think. I am Kenji, and he is...
I'm Matthew. No, there'll be no running in this edition.
No running. You hopefully shouldn't feel motion sickness while watching this.
Yeah, that was the big thing. I didn't rewatch that. I hope there's no motion sickness from that one. That was my
Could
big
be sickness watching this, but at least it's not motion related.
Yeah, that's probably true.
All right, off to our most important question. What are you drinking today?
There's a problem in my house right now. Is that there's two beers in my fridge and they're both IPAs. So unfortunately, but I picked the most creative of the two. I'm going with the Wicked Weed Lieutenant Dank IPA.
I've had that one on here before, I think.
So I think it is.
So you say unfortunate? Why? Because
I don't like IPAs, dude. You know this about me.
I know. Our watchers don't know this.
Oh, I know. The watchers don't know my drinking habits. I have found that my favorite beers are stouts and porters. So, first Wicked Weed.
Try Wicked Weed Lieutenant Dank. Let me see what you got.
I'm branching out.
Give me some feedback.
Just tastes like an IPA. That's great.
It's a good IPA. That's a good brewery.
That's not that. It is a good brewery. That's right.
It'll have a bigger kick. Okay, you ready for mine? I'm excited.
Yep. Okay. Oh wow!
Look at that can.
That's a nice can there.
That's the ATL Easy Ale.
Nice.
By Wild Heaven. They're over. I think they're over in Avondale Estates.
Oh, cool.
Too far away, Decatur-ish area. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool.
We may have to get some of that for Falcons games. This is I've had it for a little while, but I wanted to save one for this podcast. You dig that can.
I do dig that can.
It's an ale, and it is tasty. It is tasty. Little bit of a Belgian-ish flavor, about 5.5%. So nothing too wild and crazy, but it's solid. That's probably higher. That's probably, I'm going to guess 6.5, 7 if you can find it. Sometimes they bury them.
6.5. Nice. There we go.
Maybe I spend too much time doing this.
Illegal. It's illegal in Salt Lake City. That's what I found out. I think they can only be 4.5% in Salt Lake City.
It used to be 3.5, so I don't know if it still is. But yeah, they have their.
On my latest trip to Salt Lake City, I learned lots about beer and what you can and can't do. You can't be like at the restaurant I went to. I guess because it wasn't a bar, you can't be standing and drinking a beer at the bar. You have to be sitting and drinking a beer at the bar. I was just like, man, we are in some foreign world in Salt Lake City.
Different world, beautiful world out there, pretty, but it's a bit foreign for sure. It's also I don't know if they still have the whole thing about how you have to be a member to come into a bar.
I think that's how the bars work, but the restaurant didn't work that way.
So anyway, most folks who've been out there have probably seen that before. It's a little interesting. All right, let's get into it. Got a couple things, little show and tell for you today.
Okay.
I don't know if I got it all prepared here in time.
I've never seen show and tell with just me and you, I think. So
yeah, you have. You
have that for the guest stars. So that's awesome.
I show embarrassing pictures if I can of them.
Yeah.
So, all right, how about this for some news of the day? Woo! Whoa, Gusto.
Holy cow.
See that? $200 million Series D, now to $3.8 billion. Whoa.
There's nowhere to go but public there, right?
I mean, that's really about it.
Wow. We should have been asking for stock in the program.
Yeah, and so that's actually a nice little, Crunchbase did a little thing on there. Those are all their rounds. That's their biggest round they've done to date.
3.8. That's a big.
I think that's on. It's somewhere in here. I think it's a little over $500,000. Sorry, $500 million. Not $500,000. It's like 500 and some thousand. I think if you add all that up, 500 and some million.
In funding.
In funding, and about a $3 million valuation. How about that?
That's a big number.
That's a big number, isn't it? That's
makes me wish I had bought or built a software platform for payroll.
No kidding. So exciting stuff. I mean, what a great, I don't know. We've liked Gusto since day one. We use them.
Since it was Zen Payroll.
since it was Zen Payroll back in the day. And I know one of the reasons I know we like it too is I think clients have, it's one of those tools that clients have a very positive reaction to. So.
Yeah.
We have a lot of friends there, even more friends who have been going there all the time. So
wow. Yeah, and Maria just got back from there, so she was visited on. Like, it's pretty bad when our team vacations and goes to our tech partners. She was just at Gusto and went to their office on her vacation. It was awesome.
That's pretty awesome. That's how cool their offices are and how much fun they are. So anyway, cheers. Hats off to the Gusto team. That's awesome. I think you're right, though. Wouldn't you say you have better perspective on this? Maybe next step is just IPO, right? I mean, what else?
It's got to be. I mean, it's got to be. I mean, I don't know what Avalara's was, but Avalara is already public. So I assume that's the next step here. So
I mean, I don't know where else you go to unlock shareholder value. I mean, that's going to have to be.
I mean, I don't think anybody's buying them.
No, so. I don't think so either. So awesome news, Gusto. Congrats, everybody.
Wow.
Also, it's got some
6 hours ago. You're on top of this today.
Yeah, I'm on top of it.
I hadn't heard that one yet. So
I've got cool. I've got my ears out there around news and stuff. Here's another really important one. You may not have seen this one. I think this may be as big as the Gusto news. You ready for this?
I hope it's Atlanta Falcons news.
No, we'll talk about this.
Oh, no.
Can you read that? You can now buy a combination. It's Cheezits on one side and a box of wine on
For $20?
For $25.
Does it like deliver to your house?
No, I don't know where you get it.
Go to the grocery store? That's just a random combo, dude.
Well, that's what it got me thinking of, right? Like about combos, like right? Isn't like when you think about acquisitions and things, it's always supposed to be like 1 + 1 = more than 2.
Isn't this kind of like on where they put the fast food vendors put like a Pizza Hut on one side and a Taco Bell on the other, or whatever it is? Like that's just random.
Isn't that crazy? I mean, like the other one that made me think of, I was going to ask you, but you went right to where my head was, like on these weird combinations. Like the other one I think about, and I promise you I've never actually had them, but those like Taco Bell Doritos mashups.
Oh yeah, those have been crazy popular.
Have you had any of those? Have you ever had that?
No, out of principle, I did not have a Doritos Locos Taco.
Yeah.
And then they did a Cool Ranch one too. Like that's.
Yeah.
I don't mess with my favorite things. Like don't do that.
Yeah, I thought I saw something else with like a mosquitoes out here. Something else where they were doing like it was some kind of KFC chicken sandwich with like Cheetos or something on it. Like,
Yeah.
There's some weird mashups. I'm trying to think about some other interesting ones that people wouldn't think of that go together.
Frito pie, you never mess with though. Like that works.
Frito pie.
Like that one works more than anybody else. But I guess that's not two brands coming together.
Explain that. That's not two brands. Yeah, I guess it's two brands. We got to think brands. That's one. Maybe the other two unusual brands that have come together. Can you think of anything else?
There's a ton. Like, but I can't think of anybody outside. Like
we are talking about.
I guess the fast food thing makes sense. Like a family comes in and somebody wants pizza, somebody wants tacos, somebody wants chicken. I don't know.
Or sometimes you see maybe people, when you think about personal brands coming together with. Here's one for the accounting industry. Here's a great one. Expensify and Chainz.
Oh, that was a weird one. Expensify.
But it was like, I don't know. I haven't really kind of talked to those guys afterwards, but like, I don't know. I thought it was cool. Like my kids thought it was super cool. But like, that's a weird kind of two different brands. One's a personal brand kind of coming together.
Well, we had the David and Blake coming together for the Cloud Accounting podcast. That's it. Oh, by the way, you don't have one of these T-shirts, do you yet?
Dude, why are you doing that to me?
There's 12 in production. 12 in production. This is one of them. But you got the Blake and David, the Xero and the QuickBooks coming together. Like,
Xero and QuickBooks came together. Xero and Intuit came together in the Cloud Accounting podcast.
Blake's all things Xero. David's all things Intuit. Like the best parts of both of those worlds come together. So I guess even that can happen.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Dude, I feel like I've been on Delta.com and just booking. Like, we got so much travel and stuff coming up.
You've had so much travel. We haven't even had Drink While You Thinking forever.
I know it. We've had a lot of travel going on. It feels like it's actually getting more. Some of it's accounting, different accounting conferences. Some of it's other things. Any particular travel that coming up that we got to do that you're looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to my Texas trip. That's coming up.
Which one? You got a couple Texas trips.
Oh, I got the 2 Texas trips coming up. So the first one is going to be just taking my son on some of the tours of some of the colleges there. So hit Austin, hit Dallas, hit Baylor, Sick Bears. And then my second Texas trip, I'm really excited for. My family's having their 16th. One of my cousins is a hatch green chili farmer. It's their 16th annual chili roasting where they roast green chilies. So I'm going. I put my order in. I ordered 30 pounds of green chili. I'm going to go roast it, and bag it, and hang with family. But that's actual hatch green chili. So I got a hookup for you. There's like 4 varieties of chili. I'm really excited about that, dude.
That sounds awesome. How do you get them home?
I'm taking the insulated bag, and then I'm gonna put ice things in it, and then I'm gonna put it in my suitcase, and it's gonna be awesome. So my mom got me 10 pounds last year. I'm upping my ante this year.
30.
So I got
30, and you get to participate in the roasting. So
yeah, I got the Cayman Islands coming up. We got for one of my clients, we got account tech. See, the good parts about cryptocurrency too that nobody talks about is you get to go to the Cayman Islands, British Virgin Islands, stuff like that. Account techs in Boston. I think we're doing the smart. We're going to QuickBooks Connect. I'm still in some of your thunder because our trip we're doing together. We're going to.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
We just decided we're going to Napa on the first half before
first time ever. Yeah.
So I've never been to Napa. You've never been to Napa either?
Me neither. Nope.
So we're doing that with wives. So that'll be fun. I haven't. That's a lot of travel for me. I just don't travel that much.
Well, travel both of us.
I think Laura and I are sneaking away to one of her conferences at Sanibel Island in Florida in December too. So
cool.
That's all in this calendar year.
Yeah.
I think I skipped two of my travel things. So
skipped a couple of them, yeah.
How about you, man? I stole some of your thunder by Boston, and I know we're doing Boston and
Boston will be good. I mean, I'm going to speak at Accountex. You don't have to, so that kind of roles reverse. We always feel like sometimes lately I've been the ones where you've been speaking, so you get to kind of have fun. That'll be good, though. We'll see some folks there.
I forgot our other Texas trip to see our College Station folks.
Yeah, going to go see our tax team down in College Station and also see a little bit of Falcons football. That'll be cool, seeing them play the Texans. And
then I'm cheating and staying and hanging out with my 3 college roommates that I haven't seen in forever. So,
but you said I didn't realize you and Tipton were going to go and see some of the Texas college tour. Like my son Sam and I are going to do that up in kind of Virginia, D.C. area, and I think he's kind of looking forward to it. But I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. I think it'll be cool.
That's fun.
Yeah, so that's a trip I'm looking forward to. A bunch of conference stuff, as well too. It'll be interesting. Speaking, maybe we'll transition a little bit into football. So we talked about going to see. We got our tickets in the mail. This is season. What season number is this for us as a total crew?
2002. So it's season 17.
17. So longtime fans. As you look at the schedule, what games outside of divisional games do you pick one that's maybe just an exciting matchup that you're pumped?
Oh yeah. Well, the Giraffe guys are coming in for AcutiCon, and they're coming to the Seattle game.
Seahawks, yeah.
So we got Seattle for everybody who's coming to AcutiCon. All this, if everybody is really excited, they can come in early and come to us, like what the Giraffe guys are doing, where they're going to come tailgate with us in Seattle. And then if your brother comes for that too.
And that crew, that would be a killer tailgate. That'll be
the best tailgate of the year.
Yeah, that'll be good. What game? Any particular game that you're like, wow, that's going to be an interesting matchup?
That's it too. That's the Seattle game.
That was a good one.
I mean, you've got Russell Wilson.
I saw that one too. I think that has the opportunity to be one of the more really kind of fun ones we don't see very often. The other one too, even though we played them a little bit, that Rams game. That's a biggie. Rams coming here.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one. Man,
it's a biggie.
They're all big in the NFL. Like it's just one or two games make all the difference in the season, and those come down to one or two plays. Last year, we're 7-9, and we're 3 plays away from being 10-8, 10-6. I mean, so
yeah, absolutely. Back over to kind of accounting-ish work stuff.
Oh, there's the dogs.
There are the dogs.
Right on cue.
Right on cue. They heard accounting and they're like, really?
They get mad about getting off topic. You know, they like talking about the Falcons. So
maybe we should take the Falcons. So interesting kind of study out there. This is, I'll see if I can scroll back down and find this, but this is this will make you dizzy.
McKinsey?
But yeah, have you seen this one? This has been a kind of a popular one that's been floating around. A few people have forwarded it to me, but kind of the future of work study. It's interesting. Go look for it. It's a fascinating read. It has a little bit more to do with kind of like areas of the country and things, how they're going to change sizes of communities and such. But there were a few things in there too about professions. And sorry to scroll again, but I wanted to show people what that title looked like. Where'd it go?
I don't know. They had a chart there.
Some of the jobs with the highest displacement potential. So this is by 2030, I think. But they're expecting to have this expected displacement rate. Look at that. What's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down there? Bookkeeping, accounting, and auditing clerks. 49% displacement rate. Those jobs by 2030 will be displaced. I don't know. What's your take on that? Feel like it's on point? You feel like that's?
Well, I hope that's right. I mean, a bunch of the tasks that you're talking about getting automated are tasks that most of our time we have really good people spending. Somebody just has to do the task, and they're spending lots of their time on some of the tasks. I would think that if they can automate, we could get them out of that and do other stuff with.
Right.
I think the thing not to freak out about for people is, there's no, once you automate those tasks, there's no lack of work in the accounting field. I think it just frees you up for some capacity to provide some more insights and think about stuff. And it's scary though. Change is scary. I get that for people.
Yeah, I think so too. That was my take as well. I think that I wasn't surprised. I've seen lower level accounting roles fairly high up in these rankings and lists of things that automation or the bots can come in and kind of take away. And I think you and I have always been in agreement that they should, because you're right. It does free up people to do more creative work, more strategic, more thoughtful, mindful work. And that's the stuff that people enjoy, right? I mean, that's more interesting. And that's more, I think, for even our team members, and people think, oh, accounting is not that interesting. Well, we get into kind of all kinds of funky, interesting type of work. And I think that frees it up if we can get those tasks done,
Well, how much of that happens just by the disproportionate number of people in the U.S. that still aren't cloud accounting packages, or the bank feeds,
right?
By itself, just eliminating data entry. How much of that is this? It's got to be a huge portion of that.
It's a huge portion of it, yeah.
So I think, sometimes our folks see this and may be concerned, but I think, our folks have already, our bookkeepers can support 25, 35 clients at a time.
Yeah.
And so at that level, they're way ahead of people that are just still doing data entry, that are inputting 500 transactions a month for their clients and trying to get the vendor right and whatever. The bank feeds alone, if you use that and adopt a cloud accounting technology, you get a big lift.
Yeah. I'll show you something here that may make you a little sad. Let's see if I can find it. And sort of be jumping through some.
Probably not. Unless
I don't know.
Like the average audit partner salary that I walked away from when I partnered up with you.
probably, yeah. That probably would be sad. So, looking at that, I can't ever stop digging on me on these. So, I also found this interesting when they were talking about more of the different cities and how they labeled these cities. Look at us, good here in Atlanta. Yeah, baby. Mega city, woo! Some of these cool high growth hubs, small powerhouses. Kind of cool to look through these. Here's where you're going to be sad. Hold on. Trailing cities.
Don't show me El Paso there. Dude, don't be dogging on El Paso.
Well, it surprised me. Like I looked, I'm like, okay, so is that, I don't know. They're talking about some of these cities that are going to be kind of in trouble, I think, in the next 20, 30 years. Is that, I don't know El Paso well enough. Is that right? I mean, should we be worried about El Paso?
Yeah, you should be. I mean, El Paso took a big hit when the NAFTA stuff moved to they picked San Antonio as the hub, even though San Antonio's like 5 hours from the border. Mm-hmm. El Paso being like 10 minutes from the border, thought that they would be the NAFTA hub. And so all those jobs moved to San Antonio. So yeah, El Paso is really heavy and relying on the Army right now, Fort Bliss, and a lot of call centers. Yeah. So
stuff to get displaced overseas, and so
yep,
these call center stuff. But well, hey, you know what? I mean, go down there, keep things. I mean, maybe they should try to get some of those Hatch green chilies moved over to El Paso. Does the climate work there? No, for the green. Or
no,
only in Hatch, only in New Mexico.
Only in Hatch.
Okay. Last thing I've got for you, and this is very accounting nerdy to finish up with, but was just got off the phone with another accounting firm owner who's working on some kind of interesting technology, and he's up in Canada. Lots going on in Canada these days, it feels like, which is kind of interesting and cool. And we were talking about compilations. And I think up there in Canada, they call them NRTs or something. I can't remember what that stands for.
Okay.
So it's been 20 years since I was in public accounting. I only did audits. I don't think I ever worked on even a review. And I always think of like compilations as even the level below a review. Who has compilations today? Like what kind of businesses what's the point of a compilation?
Oh, you're not going to like this answer. I think compilation is the highway robbery of accounting. It is a slap a report on and charge $2,000 to somebody for no work thing. I tell everybody, just ever read a compilation report statement. It says we did nothing. We promised nothing. Here's the financials. The company says they were on our letterhead. That's all that is. I mean, it is literally the worst report in any kind of assurance practice on the planet. So I hate it. This is one of the reasons I got out of public accounting. Compilations were what tax people used to increase their fees annually by $2,000 a year. That's it.
Really?
That's what they are. I mean, stupid banks require them, I guess, sometimes. But
I try to think, who even requires these things?
The compilation, it is literally for, hey, who has a check the box? I got financials from an auditor and I never read them, like criteria in an agreement. Yeah. That's a compilation report.
So, well, let me flip that around then. Is there a revenue opportunity for bookkeepers who aren't doing compilations, who are like, you know what, I've never wanted to hold a license. I mean, obviously you got to be licensed.
Well, first of all, you have to have no soul, and they have higher insurance losses than any other service, because you do no work and people think you're doing work. Like, people think they're getting an audit, and so when they're pissed when something's wrong, they sue you. And they win because the court's like, why'd you put that on there then? Like, if it was wrong. So I have the same problem with reviews and compilations, actually. I'm just like, nobody understands what a compilation, a review, or audit is. So you either get an audit or you don't get an audit. And
so if I hear you correctly, the cheapest way to make your financials look official on some kind of letterhead is to go and say, hey, can you just do a compilation?
That is correct. The cheapest way from a business owner's perspective, the only reason you would need to pay the $2,000 tax is to give to a banker to make them shut up.
Some banker feels better because it's on letterhead of an
audit. And then the nice thing is later you can sue the accountant because you said it was an audit. It's this. I hate compilations. I've always hated compilations. I've read the report several times, just thinking, why the hell would anybody buy this?
Have you ever done one?
Have I ever done a compilation? Yeah, I had to read the report and sign it. And I was like, what? Like, I just lost my soul when I did it. That's why I left. That's why I quit that job, dude.
So if I hear, okay, we're going to end on this note. So I hear
I don't know if I ever signed a compilation report. I'm sure I've done a compilation report in my career because I've had to read it.
So yeah, Matthew left public accounting because he had to because of compilations.
No, there were a lot of reasons I left public accounting. Mostly because you're just a great human being. So I wanted to work with you.
I mean, nobody else is going to do this with you. Sit here and, drink beers, do pseudo work trips around football schedules and things like this. So
I actually left a great place, so it's hard to.
And I'm never going to make you sign a compilation.
No, or an audit report. Thank God. So cool, man.
Well, good one. Glad we're back on kind of rhythm here, even though who knows, we've got our travel schedule's only getting worse, but we'll have to get creative. And
yeah, but it'll be fun. We'll do them from different cities. We're never in the same place anyway when we do this, so it'll be fun.
Cool. Thanks everybody for joining. Please subscribe wherever the buttons are. And
follow us on Twitter. What are you at, Kenji Kuramoto?
At Kenji Kuramoto. And you're at what now?
I'm at the Tech CPA. See, we're trying to learn from some of the other podcasts. We're supposed to say stuff like that. Subscribe here.
We are getting better. We actually have a bit of a backlog right now of people who want to be on this ridiculousness. And
okay.
So I'm going to try to work through that in the coming
I want to get a t-shirt. I want to get a drink while you think t-shirt, just like the Cloud Accounting podcast. Maybe we'll get those for, that's what we should get for a CutieCon is drink while you think t-shirts. That's terrible branding.
It would be bad branding. It would be
I should not be in charge of sales and marketing, dude. That is just
you terrible. And me. Just get 2 of those shirts for you and me.
Drink while you think? Oh, yeah, we could do that. That would be fun.
Cool. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Catch you guys later.